baby.
What's up, guys? WTF Joe here. Sweaty as all get out. We'll do a quick video. I was asked by a friend, pretty common question. Can I and should I put an optic on my AK? Pretty good question. There's a couple ways of doing it if you decide to. Nothing wrong with an optic on an AK, unless you're talking to like a diehard AK guy, and then you know, you might as well be burned at the stake. But listen, guys, there's a couple ways of doing it if you don't have the AK side mount, you know, from the factory. There, they make a mount that claws into that and gives you a rail up top. It's the proper way of doing it. There's a way of doing it that I would not suggest at all, and that is buying a replacement dust cover with a Picatinny rail on top. Dust covers are made to do nothing but keep the dust out of your rifle, so they are not sturdy. And if you know anything about running an optic, you want your optic to stay still if you intend on it keeping a zero. So the other way of doing it, other than the side mount there, is by getting a rail to replace your forward rail or your hand guard that has a Picatinny built on. This is a very inexpensive one. Couldn't tell you the brand. I know UTG makes them. A lot of companies make them. One thing about these, even if you was to get a plastic Magpul handrail, with the AKs, there are so many AK variants that it is really tough to find a handrail sometimes that is going to, out of the box, fit your rifle. You know, you take your wooden furniture off, go to snap your new handrail on, and a lot of the time, it's really common, you're gonna have to trim it. Whether you file it, or use a sander, or a grinder, they typically have to be trimmed. They usually come a bit long, and there's just so many AK variants. You might get one that's not going to fit at all. It's really important to read up on those things, check the reviews, you know, check YouTube for your specific kind of AK, and see if someone has bought that handrail and it fit out of the box, or if they had to do any modifications to it, or it simply didn't fit at all. You know, running an optic on an AK can be a fun thing. This one here, honestly, it's not the most ideal one, in my opinion. You would think that by getting a nice high one, you'd be able to do the co-witnessing of the iron sights. And, you know, while that may be true, if you look at this optic versus this cheek rest, if you get down on that rifle the way it's intended, you are actually well below the optic itself. You really need to be above it. So as far as this kind, a great little optic. This is a Holosun. I forget the model. It's, well, there it is, HS403B. The model number, item number there for it. Great little dots. They're shake awake, so when you pick it up, it's going to come on for you. It's going to automatically shut off when you're not using it after so long. And they're great little dots. It actually belongs on an AR pistol of mine. I pulled it off just to bring it back and see what it was like. I'm not going to run it on here. If I was to take it off that mount and mount it directly to the rifle, minus this riser here, it might be kind of nice. Obviously, by doing that, you're really committing to the optic, because you're getting rid of your ability to run your irons. And I don't know, there's just something about running iron sights on your AK that really makes it enjoyable to shoot, and they just work. They work really well. So yeah, that's one way to get an optic on your AK. They are very sturdy. This one bolts on. It's got 2 bolts on this side, 2 bolts on that side, and it's very sturdy. I can grab it, wiggle it, shake it, drop it. It doesn't move. So it may be something you want to explore. It may not. So yeah, that's about it. We'll walk back here to 75 yards, and we'll take a few shots at steel plate since I'm out here and got the phone going. So see what we can do here. more importantly, I need to try to find a place for my phone. Let's see here. We'll just see what I can do. Take my phone clip off. All right, so I got a couple 3-inch plates down there on the backstop. My 10-inch plate is probably laying face down somewhere. I think it fell off. So we'll go ahead and take a few shots. Safety first. I knocked the 3-inch one off. There's one more down there. Knocked that one off. Dang it. Got a milk jug down there. Got it. All right, guys. WTF Joe here with one decent way of running an optic on your AK. Again, if you do it, see, I'm going to look through this. I am looking through that with my dot in the center of the glass. Notice the height of my cheek off my stock. Let's see, there it is. Notice my cheek height off my stock. Not comfortable, not something I think I'd want to do, because to use your irons, you really need to be down on your rifle, and I can't see my irons through this riser. So not a great setup in my opinion as far as the optic. However, the rail itself, I like it. If you guys are interested in that rail, I've got the box for it. Just ask me in the comments, I'll leave it down there for you. This is a Wasser. This is a Wasser, the good old Wasser 1063. And it's got the imported CAI Georgia. It's a Romanian SA Cougar, C-U-G-I-R. I never know how to say that or what it's called, but that's it. Great little rifles. I love mine. Just picked it up here recent. I got it, a couple thousand rounds, a bubbled up dust cover with the pick rail on it, all the original furniture, a side folding stock, which I obviously took off real quick, bunch of magazines. I got a bayonet for it, bunch of odds and ends. Picked it up for $1,000, so pretty stoked to have it. If you guys are interested in this AK or one like it, let me know what you have in the comments. Let me know how you like the AK. Let me know if you don't like the AK. Maybe you might be a AR-15 guy. Age-old debate there. All right, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, baby.